Hi there, Rabbi. How you doing?
Well, I bring you greetings from Pittsburgh, Joe.
I recently, as of in today, had an experience where we were exposed to a family that had COVID. And as a result, we were invited to a dinner party, and the hostess asked us not to come because of our remote, very brief interaction with this other family. I certainly wouldn't want to impose myself, but seems a little extreme. What is it about? We've talked a lot about how some people are not being cautious enough on these times, but what about the people who are being overcautious?
They're making us even crazier than we already are. I think you're bringing up a great topic because at the end of overcaution, of containing your life, of trying to live in a sterile environment, makes your life and the rest of us, especially if you're a politician or have access to changing the laws, you're putting a burden on those of us who have what's reasonable caution. What would a reasonably prudent person do? A reasonably prudent person would get the vaccine. Then, if you're of a certain age, like myself, or you have comorbidities, you would get a booster, which is the same vaccine. So you've now had 3 shots. And since the protection kind of wears down, your immunity sloughs off, you would get maybe a fourth. That's what a reasonably prudent person would do. So now you've had the vaccine. And the fact that you're so cautious, if you want to use the word, that you don't want someone who may have known someone who was with someone who possibly could have had, and to be overly cautious is trying to protect yourself against that which you can't be protected against. There is going to be some exposure, but you did what was appropriate. So why are you making the rest of us crazy? And why are you making your own life crazy? Now, we want to pull out someone who has cancer. Now that, or another comorbidity that's really serious, in which case it's not overly cautious. In fact, before the pandemic, on occasion, you'd see people wearing masks, and a lot of these people were having cancer treatments. And they couldn't take a chance on getting a cold or catching something simple because they would have died. That's not overly cautious. That's reasonable. But how many seatbelts do you wear in your car? There's a difference between being reasonably prudent and protective. And then you're bringing up that line that too many people have crossed with bubble wrap, trying to protect against. There's a whole universe out there. And remember, you have to eat at least a pound of dirt before you die. That's just the nature of being a human being. I'm going to pour myself some Breckenridge bourbon, and I'm going to get my raisins and peanuts snack, and I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to drink my bourbon, and I'm not going to worry because I've been vaccinated out the wazoo.
Say goodnight, Rabbi.
Good night, Rabbi.